Case, custody of minor child, husband versus wife parties. 1. Petitioner, Mr. Mack. 2. Respondent, Mrs. Mack Jennifer. Subject, custody of minor child, X, aged 5 years. Background, Mr. Mack, petitioner, and Mrs. Mack Jennifer, respondent, were married in 2018 and have a 5-year-old son, X. Due to irreconcilable differences and a breakdown in the marital relationship, the parties separated in 2023. Mr. Mack filed a petition for custody of their son, X, citing concerns over Mrs. Mack Jennifer's parenting abilities and her inability to provide a stable environment for the child. Petitioner's argument, Mr. Mack. Mr. A argues that he is the more suitable parent to have primary custody of their son. His reasons are as follows. 1. Stable environment. Mr. Mack A works as a senior manager at a reputable company and has a stable income that ensures financial security for his son. He resides in a well-maintained home in a family-oriented neighborhood, with close access to good schools and medical facilities. 2. Parental care. Mr. Mack claims that he has been the primary caregiver for their son during much of the marriage, as Mrs. Mack Jennifer worked long hours and was often absent due to her demanding job. He provided emotional and physical care for their son, including taking him to school, doctor's appointments, and extracurricular activities. 3. Psychological stability. Mr. A argues that Mrs. Mack Jennifer's emotional stability is questionable. He cites her history of erratic behavior, including periods of depression and substance abuse, which he believes would negatively affect the child's development. He contends that X has witnessed several incidents that have caused him distress and that the child needs a stable and nurturing environment, which Mr. Mack can provide. 4. Child's preference. Mr. Mack also claims that X has expressed a preference for living with him, stating that he feels more comfortable and secure in his father's care. 5. Safety concerns. Mr. Mack contends that Mrs. Mack Jennifer's new partner is involved in criminal activities, which raises concerns about the safety and well-being of their son in her care. He believes it would be detrimental to X to live in an environment where illegal activities are taking place.
Respondent's argument, Mrs. Mack Jennifer, wife. Mrs. Mack Jennifer denies the allegations made by Mr. Mack and counters with her own points in support of her claim for primary custody. 1. Bond with child. Mrs. Mack Jennifer asserts that she has a strong and loving bond with X, which has been evident since his birth. She believes that her role as a mother is irreplaceable and that the child should be raised by her, as the primary caregiver, especially in his formative years. 2. Work-life balance. Mrs. Mack Jennifer acknowledges that her work schedule was demanding but contends that she has since reduced her working hours and is now able to dedicate more time to her child. She believes she can provide a stable home and adequate supervision for X moving forward. 3. Parental ability. Mrs. Mack Jennifer denies having any history of substance abuse or mental instability. She argues that she has never been a danger to her child and has always ensured that X's emotional and physical needs were met. She has sought counseling and treatment for any personal issues in the past and is now in a better place to care for her son. 4. Stable home environment. Mrs. Mack Jennifer resides in a well-maintained home with a secure and loving environment. She also points out that X's extended family, including grandparents, live nearby and are actively involved in his life, offering additional support. 5. Child's best interests. Mrs. Mack Jennifer emphasizes that the child's best interests should be paramount, and she believes that maintaining X's relationship with both parents is crucial. She is willing to allow visitation rights to Mr. A but insists that full custody should remain with her. Conclusion: the court will consider the best interests of the child, X, in determining the custody arrangement. Factors such as the stability of each parent's home environment, the emotional and physical well-being of the child, and the involvement of both parents in the child's life will play a key role in the court's decision. The judge may also consider the child's preference, given his age, and will likely appoint a guardian ad litem or child psychologist to assess the child's emotional needs. Ruling: pending a full hearing, the court will schedule interviews with both parents and the child, along with an independent evaluation, to ensure a fair and informed decision is made regarding custody.